I'd like to open by giving my personal thanks to Amal for his leadership over the last year, and I look forward to his support and guidance in the year ahead. I am breaking with convention today, because up till now, the President has only addressed the AGM as they leave office, not as they assume office. However, Amal and I felt it important that members have the opportunity to hear from the incoming President. So I am here to demonstrate the passion I have for evolving management accounting and what I think that means for you. I am, of course, highly honoured to have been elected President of CIMA and Vice Chair of the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, aka the Association, an honour that is made even more meaningful as it's awarded by my colleagues and my peers. So thank you. I want to start by setting some context for my thoughts. When in 2016, the members of CIMA and the American Institute of CPAs voted to move forward as one organisation through the association, it was with a belief that as a single organisation, we would be more influential, better resourced to support members and students, more adaptable, and most of all, more resilient. This was a change that would be in the best interest of our members of then, of today, and increasingly important, of the future. The success of our response to the COVID pandemic has been the best testimony to the wisdom of our members' vote. For example, while the pandemic escalated, we were able rapidly to move to remote working, so we could continue to serve members while other organisations wrestled with the challenges of taking their operations online. With the association, we have provided advocacy leadership. We are talking to governments around the world on behalf of our members, pushing for business support during lockdown and pushing for business recovery across the globe. And looking to the future, we are ready to help members through recovery, thanks to our investment of over £4 million on expanding our CPD resources, new tools and resources, and the Jobs Hub. And for those in most need, we continue to operate our benevolent fund. Our success in doing all of that, especially during such challenging times, is a small but significant achievement. I can say that having served on CIMA Council since 2009, this would not have been achievable if we were as we were back then. I want therefore to take this opportunity on behalf of our members to thank the teams at CIMA and the association for what they have achieved. This pandemic is a pivot point which will set the tone for our future. Let me explain what that means to me. As a profession, we are already getting prepared. We are identifying the opportunities that we can work on to support economic recovery globally. For example, adapting the success of our UK-based apprenticeships and applying them in other geographies. Another example is the idea of remote exam oversight, something for which we always had ambitions. However, COVID has acted as a catalyst, requiring it to be delivered rapidly. As we showed you earlier, the first CIMA professional qualification tests were successfully held in May. It has so far been an outstanding success that has also given us first mover advantage. Plus, students now have the choice whether to test remotely or at a test centre when they reopen, a choice that will continue to be available beyond the current crisis. Also, as you have heard from Amal, we continue to develop learning and development resources to ensure that you can invest in yourself and maintain relevance for your career aspirations, no matter what stage you are at or how far you want to take it. So how should we take these successes forward? It will require finance to continue to evolve. In short, we have to move beyond simply providing insight to the numbers to bringing more value through recommendations and follow-up action. We need to recognise that the success of business, as exemplified by the figures on a balance sheet, have many elements, tangible and intangible. Organisations' operating models are made up of people, processes, and supply chains. They exist in increasingly dynamic environments and are, of course, answerable to a much broader audience of customers, suppliers, and wider society. I want, therefore, to see us as a profession broaden our perspective from a focus on shareholder value to engage with the idea of stakeholders and their different definitions of value. As finance professionals, we already deal with multiple stakeholders, so let's reflect that more in the work we do. Show that we are partners to the business, creators of value and success, not just bearers of bad news and cost-cutting measures. We should interrogate our business models to see if they are still fit for purpose, and if not, help the business create new ones. The Association's business model tools and the International Integrated Reporting Council's framework are both excellent resources for helping us to recognize and unlock value in our organizations. In the coming year, you will hear more about these ideas as I share and further develop my vision for our profession. But I want to leave you with what is at the heart of this vision. Having accepted our role in rebuilding the global economy, let us do it with clear eyes and an open mind. Before we go back to the old business as usual, let's stop and think if that's what we want, or more importantly, is it what society needs? It is also our chance to create a more vibrant profession, which we will proudly pass on to the next generation. A profession that will continue to attract the brightest talent. We need to show that we can offer students and members of the future a forward-looking and future-proofed career. At the moment, we are showing them that we can, even amongst such challenging times. We also know from data, such as the Edelman Trust Barometer, which sort of organisations will thrive beyond the COVID crisis. And guess what? Purpose-driven organisations that treat employees, society, and the environment well thrive. Although events like COVID-19 are thankfully rare on a global scale, they do present an opportunity to make positive changes. We must be leaders in showing that change is not something to fear. We can collectively do more. We should take this chance to reimagine what finance provides and how we work. It's a time to build trust, to show how our profession provides society with confidence in our evidence and in our judgment as to how best to move towards a new and better normal. To take responsibility, to really own our roles in ensuring the sustainability of our organisations and establishing resilience and agility in their financial and operational capabilities. And finally, to grasp this opportunity to deliver broader stakeholder benefits that take account of social, environmental, and economic value. In short, responsible finance. Thank you.